What you're looking at here is probably my favorite board game. It's Fallout board game. It's not recommended for more than one player. If you must do more than one player, you probably have to have them all go in the exact same path, like a RPG style, like Final Fantasy. This is neat. So the object of this game is to choose between security or freedom. You have to pick sides. That's how it works. You have to pick the blue guys, the blue shield or the red star, the blue guys or the red guys, the opposition or the resistance, the empire or the rebels. You have all these different things happening. Great game. If you can pick it up. I saw it at Target for $17 and then it like finally disappeared. But of course the add-on is even more expensive. So I'm not here to talk about that. It's been a long time since I've done a TFL video. Now, the first one I did, I went to the park. I exercised. I still exercise. This month, I'm doing, head turns. I'm doing arm stretches. I'm doing sort of scooter swing. So you take the scooter, you take a Razor scooter, you fold it, and you swing your arms around to get that sort of momentum. I did some like sprints, and I didn't do sprints for that long, like maybe a couple of blocks, like a few blocks. And then leg stretches, climbing upstairs. But aside from that, I made two videos, one about exercise, talking about the bullies in my life, and True Force Loneliness Thanksgiving, which I still do, which I will be doing this year. You know how it is. It's fried chicken, it's salad, it's onion rings, French fries, and I think it's garlic toast with the French Connection. So I hadn't done any kind of MGTOW TFL videos for a long time because I wanted to clear the air. I want to make something very clear before I do anything more. And the thing I'm going to tell you is that I don't, there's MGTOW politics. You know, MGTOW, when you think of MGTOW, we think Trump supporters, Green Party supporters, peace and freedom supporters, libertarian, Scientology, Catholic, Christian, non-Christian, secular, non-secular, wife beaters, no wife. Some people in comments, they like to, they want to hurt women in some way physically, maybe necrophiliacs. I mean, some weird politics, okay? I take no sides. I don't take sides. Fuck taking sides. So I want to say that to you now. I do not take any sides politically or spiritually. I fight for life. I fight on the side that's the strongest. You know, for people, the strongest are the people who are willing to get things done for the right reasons and not for selfish reasons. So at times, some people are right. Other times, people are wrong. Other times, people are good. Other times, people are bad. But I don't take sides. I don't really want to. I don't need to. I'm just going through the board games here. This is another one. Ninja Turtles. This is just like if you want to ever play the Konami arcade game in card form, this is it, in board game form. But no, I don't need to take sides. Politics, groups, culture, corporations, those are the things I worry about when we talk about Star Wars, when we talk about superheroes, when we talk about video games, when we talk about how we treat each other in the real world versus social media. And to be honest, I just worry about what I do every day. I exercise, I draw, or I write, I create, I put up my stories. You see my Grim Planet, Gray Patriarchy, Green Pueblo stories I've been posting. I do my stunt double takes. I cover stunt people, stunt performers. I usually take their side unless there's something wrong with that, which there can be. There's always room for error. My situation is I'm unemployed. I have 2 college degrees, but my college degrees cannot do what I need to do anymore because, it's that thing where you learn the latest software in school, and by the time you learn it, it's obsolete. By the time By the time you get out of school and you're ready to go into the real world with your diplomas, it's defunct. It's like, well, what the fuck did I go to school for? So that was my problem in taking computer animation. This is Hanafuda. I think I've covered this before in either Instagram or YouTube. I think Instagram. So I don't do that. My situation is I have my own problems. I don't worry about Disney fighting Star Wars, trying to get things done. I don't worry about Activision Blizzard. I don't worry about what PewDiePie says or what other people say or what actors say or drama. I don't worry about that. I just try to get my own stuff done. But one certain thing that I will tell you, even though I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm not Green, I'm not Peace and Freedom, I'm not independent, I'm actually nonpartisan, and I'm not of any particular religion, and I'm not supporting any one company, or I'm not supporting any one particular actor or one particular musician. I call people out. I like and I believe in calling people out on their bullshit. You have to be able to call people out. If somebody bullshits you, you need to call them out. The first people who bullshitted me were my father. My father used to beat me. He used the belt on me. He used to spank me for having bad grades. He'd pull on my ears. He would profess himself to be better than me. And he drank a lot. He drank for most of my childhood. This was a man that enjoyed my company so long as I did what he wanted me to do. The things he liked to shoot guns. He went to rifle ranges and he would shoot Winchesters, Colts, Rugers, Smith and Wessons for fun, for kicks. But he had all these guns. He never really hunt, but he had like an army of guns that if any cholo were dumb enough somehow to fall in and discover that stuff, he would be robbed. You could start a gang war with the amount of guns that my dad had. And he died in 2002. I never cried at his funeral. I couldn't. I was never moved to tears. But the man was an unremarkable man. He got married at 21. He gave up college for more than 20 years. Went back to school in his 50s. He got smart and he applied himself. My mom would say he got straight A's in school when he was a kid. I don't believe that because this is a Super Mario question block here. I don't really believe that he was that successful. I don't believe he was that great when he was a kid. I think he fucked up. I think he had hard times. So besides my father was an unremarkable. The man lived in filth. I live in filth right now, but I don't pretend to be better than you. You might be better than me. You may be stupider than me, whoever you are watching this right now. You may be the stupidest fuck on earth on heroin, on crack, which I don't do. That's the one thing I tell you. I do not do drugs. I don't do marijuana. I don't do cocaine. I don't do heroin. I don't do DMT or XYZ or speed. Or you may be the richest person on the planet. You may have a nice building. You may have stumbled upon my video out of sheer boredom. Even the rich. So there are some rich guys who are true force lonely people. That may happen. Kudos to you if you put your video up on here and you own a corporation, but you're a TFL guy. Great. Power to you. But for me, I'm poor. And I've dealt with my father. I dealt with my sisters who proclaimed to be better. They lived in filth and they had bad marriages. My ex, the girlfriends I ever had, the girls I ever dated, they told me to shave a lot and sit up straight, dress nice, wear a tie, do this, do that. All the while, they were cheating on me with other people. They were two-timing me. They were having affairs. They were just being dishonest. Every other thing was a lie. I stopped talking to females mostly if they're just online. If there's a girl I know I can meet in person, face to face, I will obsess. I'll not obsess, but I will think a lot about that person. maybe obsessed, but just think a lot about them. And otherwise, I don't get attached to females that I can only see in social media. If you have to hide behind Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube all the time, I would have to say, fuck you. I have to be like that because you're going to get bored of me. You're going to move on. You're going to do other things. And I have to be honest because that's just the way it's been. And I'm not a kid. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in 7 months. So that's my situation. Um, like I said, the people that bullshit can be your family members. It can be people who bullied you at school. It can sometimes be teachers. It can be Armenian gang members who accuse you of doing something wrong, parking in their spot in Hollywood. It can be sheriff's departments who flash that flashlight in your face. It can be ex-girlfriends, or for those girls, ex-boyfriends, or ex-boyfriends for gays. Hey, even gays can be TFL. I'm only into females. I'll be into males when I'm pretty sure 90% of the female population is against me. So the reason why we're alone and the reason why true force loneliness happens with men, mostly with men, is because as W.C. Fields, an old comedian, would say, children and dogs and cats steal the show. So children and animals and beautiful, sexy women with tits, the sexy girls, the children and the cats and dogs steal the show. They always do. Go on Facebook. Look around YouTube. Go on TikTok. Go on Snapchat. Go on Instagram. Twitter. Who's stealing the damn show? Who gets like lots and lots of views? Animals do. Wild animals. Children that can do stuff. Beautiful girls that can twerk. You see any girl twerking, and you know they're going to get like 10 million views. So I did a post on TikTok about the Ace Ventura. I think I have it. Here it is once more as I somehow... See, I think I was the first to show how this toy worked. Okay. Here it is. Da-da-da. That's how it worked. People were amazed. I mean, because if you go on YouTube, you can see the toy in a commercial, and you can see pictures of it, but nobody ever showed how the toy worked. There it is over there. So I got like 80,000 views or more on that. So I'm hoping I can get 100,000. I can do a thank you video. So people get obsessed about that. I'm happy with my stories. I'm unemployed now. If I work a job, at this point, it's fast food. It's McDonald's. I did McDonald's. I did. I mean, there's this one guy I would punch in the face. I have a street beef, but with one person in particular. Like there's very few people I'd ever want to fight. Yet I do keep in shape. I do my stretches right now. I do my exercises. So that's all I've got to say concerning taking sides. I don't take sides. I do like it when YouTubers can call out people like Disney on making bad Star Wars movies, or Activision Blizzard for making microtransactions and loot boxes, or EA, or when I see children like Gabriel Fernandez who die at the hands of stupid parents. Review Tech USA would exploit these people, and for the right reasons, because children get killed over an Xbox. Parents will murder their children because they make too much noise because they're playing their PlayStation or Xbox games. Shut the fuck up and stop being parents if you can't handle it. The thing about you as a parent is that you fuck the kid over the minute the woman is pregnant and decides she's going to keep the baby. You're going to fuck that kid over. You decide if that child is black, white, brown, Asian, male or female, tall or short, diseased or not, handicapped or not, fat or skinny. You made that decision to make that kid a certain way. And you need to be responsible for how that kid is going to be raised. That's the least you can do. I remember I saw a girl my age, or maybe a couple few years younger actually. She was in her late 20s or 30s. She would probably be in her early 30s now. But she went out to nightclubs more after she had a child. I'm like, you got to be kidding. You got to take care of the kid more. So I have no more to say. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll do a video tomorrow, but I may do a video tomorrow. Um, you know, covering a little bit about my life story, probably in links, but or I may do something else. Well, I'll see. We'll talk more tomorrow or Sunday. So until then, stay safe. You are not the only one, even though you are alone.